what is gender-based violence? As abbreviation is GBV. It's present in every society in many forms, which it shouldn't be. Are we together? As women of love, we have moral and spiritual imperative to stop all forms of violence against women and girls. With the rise of GBV and femicide, our collective need to act our collective need on acting, or rather combating and finding lasting solution and preventive measures, we as women of love and prayer, we are seeking help to each and every one of us, to the church at large, to the government at large, to help us combat and fight the injustice that are affecting women, that is physically, spiritually, because when you are affected physically, your spirituality is affected. And that is why it is very needful for a woman to be in the place of prayer. Because you will need both. Any person who has been tortured or who has faced gender-based violence, number one, physically, they are affected. Spiritually, they are affected. Psychologically, they are affected. Because what this assault does, they do deprivate them of liberty, either in private or in public. So, over 1/3 of women and girls globally experience violence in their lifetime. Now, what is like 1/3 of women? 1/3 of women, according to statistics, 1/3 of women, they have experienced this injustice, either by torture, either by words, either by sexual acts and all that. So, what are these injustices on women? I'm sharing this because I know Bishop is coming here and they will be speaking on a topic of marriage, the area that these things, they are really affecting people. And because he's a man, a spiritual man, I know that God has given him a way he can help us combat them. We have physical violence. Now, this is assault or slavery. We have emotional or psychological violence. Now, this is verbal abuse. So, there's no difference between a man or a woman, because this case is no longer for about women, because even women are beating men. Yeah? Yes. The assault is no longer, it's not only on it's not only on women. There are women that are violating and assaulting men. You all know that it is happening, right? So, sexual abuse, now that is rape. We have child marriage and FGM. We have social, economical violence that is happening. Now that is the place of denial of resources and abuse or exploitation. Now, this is connecting with the femicide that are happening. You find that most of the women, or maybe young girls that maybe have parents as parents, because we are here, we don't take time to talk to our girls. If they need anything, you can seek of the way to help them, not allowing them to go and meet up with the sponsors. And at the end of the day, on the Citizen or maybe on the Spirit TV or any other media house, you see this woman was butchered in A, B, and B. So a prevention measure needs to be done there, because these women who are faced by these challenges, it's because of lack of resources. And also bringing in awareness that you don't need $1 million for you to live a good life. You can start with little and you can multiply it. Of course, we also have domestic violence. Now, this is a critical subject. I think when we were growing up, that one was not violence. Right now, how we were raised about the discipline, right now, could be termed as a violence. Why is violence happening in our homes? Do you know why? Poverty has really contributed to that. Because when a family or maybe a father is not able to provide and there's no one to speak to this person, he doesn't go to church, what kicks in is depression. They become angry and all that. So chances are, seeing them, they cannot provide for their children. Frustration. Now the hate comes in. Insecurities comes in. They start fighting them, beating them and all that. So globally, as UN reports, that 1 in 4 women have been subjected to physical and sexual violence by intimate partner. So where there is 4 women I'm not saying anything. I'm not saying it. I'm just saying, okay? So where, according to the UN reports and their data, it says that 1 in 4 women, where you see 4 women, chances are they have been subjected to physical and sexual violence by intimate partner. Now, intimate partner, most of them maybe like husbands, or maybe they're people that have relationships and all that are ungodly, because you have to be in marriage for you to engage in such things. And it is the most common violence on humanitarian contact. It is the most common violence, the intimate partner. That's why you see, if you go to Nyeri, the person will be a victim, maybe perhaps is a man. They say that you have seen it in the news. We are being beaten, we are being done what? When you go to other parts, you just see a woman saying that this is what I am subjected to. So we have said that the causes are poverty, harmful practice like child marriage. You see that a family can trade their young daughter to an old man, a child who is supposed to be in school, so that they can be given dowry to care for themselves. We also have stress in the home. When families, like I've said, experience inability to meet basic needs, they start engaging in alcohol and drugs and substitutes. Drug substitutes. Are we together? So that's why you see that when people are taking alcohol in one family, chances are, if it is men, they will go defiling children because they are not in their state of mind. So as today we continue with this subject, that was just an awareness. And as women of love and prayer, we are collectively working with the treaties. That is, when you're talking about the church, when you're talking about the government, when you're talking about even the non-governmental organization, to help combating this, because we believe that church is where solution is given. Church is where solution is given. Because if we leave this work to only government or to only police, I tell you, we'll always be whining about it. So without much further ado, I'd like to take